In this lesson, we're going to talk about the media's influence and how candidates use propaganda to help campaign and win the election. All right, 98% of Americans have at least one TV, and more Americans are using the internet for news instead of TV. But you can also get your news from newspapers, magazines, word of mouth with your friends, social media. And candidates are going to take all of these tools and use them for propaganda, or use propaganda on each of these. So we'll see propaganda used in TVs, on TVs, and on the internet, in magazines and newspapers to try to get their message out. And just to emphasize how much a candidate's image matters, okay, and why propaganda is important and can change the outcome of an election. Let's take this case study here. John F. Kennedy running for president against Richard Nixon. This is 1960, and though presidential candidates had been having debates for years and years and years prior to this, in 1960, it was the first televised debate. Okay, and we had two choices, or Americans had two choices. They had John F. Kennedy and Richard Nixon. Now, John F. Kennedy had been campaigning out in California. He had gotten a nice tan. He was willing to wear makeup when the people who were preparing him for the televised debate said, hey, let's just add some color so that you don't look washed out. He said, okay. And then Nixon was like, no, I'm a manly man, I'm not doing that. And he had actually been battling a cold, because campaigning, y'all, is brutal. I mean, if you've ever traveled a whole lot, these people are traveling night and day, every day, for months upon months upon months. And they have to put up their image. If you've ever hosted a guest in your home, when they leave, you're like, oh, I can let my hair down, I can put my feet up, I can relax a little bit. Candidates do not have that luxury. They have to be 100% in a good image, looking good, putting on airs, the whole time they are running for office, because if they look bad at any moment, their opponent can take that and turn it against them. And they just don't want to look weak. They want to look ready and prepared. And so, it is exhausting to run for office, okay? Like, we just cannot even understand it until you actually have to do it. So anyways, Richard Nixon, he's battling a little bit of a cold. He is tired. He does not agree to wear makeup. And in the election, in the debate, it doesn't even matter what they said in the debate. What happened was John F. Kennedy looked presidential. He looked strong. He had color on his cheeks. He looked robust and he was charismatic. Nixon looked tired, like he didn't feel well, run down. He did not have makeup on, so he looked pale, okay? And overwhelmingly, the public opinion was in favor of John F. Kennedy after this debate, okay? So having your image crafted and presented in a strong light at all times during campaign season is critical for candidates. So they're going to use every opportunity to make themselves appear to be the better candidate. And we call this propaganda. Propaganda can be something very minor, but it's almost always calculated. Okay, keep that in mind. Just plain folks. So we're going to look at a couple of different techniques of propaganda. One of them is this idea of just plain folks, where they make the candidate, or the candidate appears to act just like you. I'm just like you. I'm a regular old person. I've got my kids. I like to go shopping at Target. I flip burgers with my family back on the grill in the backyard. So that candidates are like, oh, I like them. I would want to hang out with them. Okay? George Bush was famous, like, oh, I'd grab a beer with him. Except George Bush does not drink. But which is the candidate you want to grab a beer with, that you want to hang out with? Okay? So here's a picture that was released. George Bush sitting on the back of his tailgate in his cutoff jeans down here. They're all raggedy and dirty, drinking a Pepsi Cola with his boots. He looks like a working man, right? He has a ranch, okay, on like a bazillion acres of land. He's not just like us, okay? He owned the Texas Rangers professional team. He's a pretty wealthy man. Okay, Barack Obama, great at doing this. Just plain folks. He and his daughters walking down the beach. Look how casual. This could be any dad and his kids, right? He looks relatable. What we don't see in this picture is the Secret Service outside of the frame of the picture, right? Standing around, walking in front of and behind at a distance to keep him safe. Does that happen to you? That doesn't happen to me. All right, here's another example. The Clintons' backyard, flipping burgers. Those actually might even be steaks, flipping steaks on the grill. I'm just going to go out on a limb here and tell you, I don't think the Clintons are running their grill very often, okay? They're very wealthy. He's been president. She's been Secretary of State. She's been senator. She's been a very iconic candidate for president. They have a lot of money, too. They're probably not flipping their own burgers. Michelle Obama, shopping at Target with a baseball hat on, trying to look casual, not to be caught. She just wants to be normal. Going to shop at Target. Who doesn't like to shop at Target? Wearing everyday clothes and a baseball hat. This is her Secret Service agent walking with her. Okay, so every photo op, every move for the presidential level is calculated. Just keep that in mind. That's just plain folks. They want to appear relatable. They win more votes that way. Another very prominent and probably annoying technique is name calling. And unfortunately, we see more and more and more of this. It used to be that campaign ads, really talked up what their candidate was good at. They had catchy tunes and slogans. And now it seems like campaign commercials pretty much only focus on making the opponent look bad. Very few people are going to campaign on what they can actually do for their country these days. Most of the time we see candidates just calling out all the bad stuff about their opponent. Okay, so using derogatory terms or calling out the weaknesses of your appointment. Put Hillary in the jailhouse. Trump and Putin, okay, from Russia. Make tyranny great again. No, Joe, sleepy, creepy, clueless. Talking about Joe Biden, right? These are all things against someone, okay? Here's another example.
It's time to stand up to the
from Mitt Romney.
And make sure we protect jobs for the American people.
So a clip of him saying he's tough on China.
Romney's companies were called pioneers in shipping U.S. manufacturing jobs.
And they're like, look, he's not tough on China.
Firms that specialized in relocating jobs to low-wage countries like China. Even today,
he's working with China.
Invested in China. Romney's never stood up to China.
Shame on Romney.
Is send them our jobs.
All he's done is send them our jobs. And that's a Barack Obama commercial. So that doesn't say what Barack Obama's going to do. It just name calls Mitt Romney. Okay? Mitt Romney had plenty of examples that were name calling Barack Obama as well. Every single candidate does. Okay, another technique is bandwagon. This is the whole idea, like, everybody's doing it. You should too. Peer pressure. Okay? Look at all these people wearing Obama shirts. I want to get me an Obama shirt. I'm going to vote for Obama. Or look at all these Romney signs. Look at all these McCain signs. Look at all these Donald Trump signs. Look at all these Hillary Clinton signs. Whatever. Okay? Or this idea, or you have rallies and you're like, he's not my president, and that becomes a slogan. And other people are like, Trump's not my president. And they have signs, Trump's not my president. And that becomes a slogan against Donald Trump. Okay? Or Donald Trump has a huge bandwagon presence with the MAGA group, Make America Great Again. So here's some shirts. He saved our jobs. Barack Obama, Romney signs, Believe in America. Donald Trump had a huge presence of bandwagon where all these people had Make America Great, MAGA hats, and signs, and Trump signs, and rally flags. Okay, Trump, I can't think of the word right now, but Trump memorabilia was everywhere during the 2020 election. Okay, another technique, endorsements. This is from a famous person. When a famous person says, yeah, I'm going to vote for fill in the blank. So we see this a lot with singers and musicians in Hollywood, whether that's like P. Diddy or whatever he's calling himself these days, Puff Daddy back in the day, Jay-Z, Lady Gaga, Kanye West, when they are endorsing someone. So here we see P. Diddy wearing his Obama shirt. They're at an Obama rally. We see singers, Lady Gaga, J-Lo, singing at inaugurations for presidents, showing their support. Here's Kanye West in a photo op with Donald Trump, saying like, he's my guy, he's my president, okay? And then that's supposed to, fans of Kanye West are going to be more likely to vote for Donald Trump. He gets press time because of this. Another form of propaganda, slogans and symbols. You're not going to run for office unless you have some kind of phrase. Okay, Obama was like forward. Trump, make America great again. Symbols. So this is the Hillary Clinton symbol for pointing towards progress or future. Okay, the Trump-Pence symbol, the Biden-Harris symbol. It's supposed to be like a flag. Okay, slogans and symbols are huge. People pick up on them. Businesses use these. Think of the golden arches for McDonald's. Here's a great example.
What is going on in here? It's okay, relax. Watch this. Like a good neighbor.
And if you don't think State Farm is there after hearing that, then you have missed the slogan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. That is the phrase that comes to mind for people
State Farm is there
when they hear State Farm. Okay, so slogans, symbols, another type of propaganda. Last one we're going to look at, card stacking. Card stacking is like you stack up all your cards to make yourself look good. You make yourself sound super awesome. You give lots of statistics, lots of numbers, and possibly even like point to your opposition. You don't point to your opposition's strength. You might say like something they're not good at, but you say all the things you are really good at. And you just talk about how great you are. Here's a great example.
Hi, it's Vince with ShamWow. This
Not
is
a-
for the house.
So this is not a candidate, but this is a product. But listen to all the statistics and all the things he talks about that this product can do.
A regular towel doesn't work wet. This works wet or dry. It holds 20 times its weight in liquid. Cuts the job in half.
Okay, it holds 20 times. It cuts it in half.
Doesn't drip. Doesn't make a mess. Wring it out. You wash it in the washing machine. Here's some cola. Wine, coffee, pet stains. Not only is the damage going to be on top.
Ooh, look at all that damage. Watch what my product can do.
Turn it over without even putting any pressure. 50%
No pressure.
of the cola.
50%.
Right there. You follow me, camera guy? The other 50%, the color starts to come
Look
up.
at that. So you hear the statistics that he's given, the numbers, all the things he's saying that go in favor of him. That's called stacking cards or card stacking.